Hello, we're back. Sorry about that. We've just had to switch main streamers uh, due to having some technical issues with a capture card. On our end. David will be back in a little while. But I've also heard that we are doing a lobby restart as a rogue driver is in here. But less we'll talk about him. We'll move on. We're going to watch ads go through Sector 1. 3200's up in the first sector. So, away we go. So I'm going to make sure everything's up and running. Nigel, I don't think what you put is really a catchphrase. Oh, DPT Pancakes has left, but we're still going to have to restart, aren't we? Because, oh, Christ. Due to the fact that his car will still be here. So, we've got 14 now. As you can see, Razza Gamer's had a lot of issues. Hasn't been able to get a proper lap in, but here comes Ads. Is he going to nick it at the end of the session? And he isn't going to nick it. Drive goes a 197, I've just realised. Anybody else on a lap? Bourbon Boy, he's on a lap. He's invalidated, sorry. Henkers, he's on a lap. He's in the hairpin right now. David has gone for a bit. David will be back, Jake. Do not worry. He's just sorting some things out. He will include his audio when he's ready, when he's finished with that. But you got me at the moment. But here comes Henker through the final chicane. It's absolute sends it, avoids the wall of champions. And Henkers goes P5. Bourbon Boy comes across the line and he's going to go P8. Battle Lads in P9. Dynamo Dan, and I think that's the end of qualifying, unless Ermine's invalidated, so that is it. He's not going to take a comfort break. That adds, I think that's alright in P9. I think that's alright. It's top 10. Good chance of points. Christ, I forgot to take a screenshot of the session, but I can do that here. So I will pause the stream in a minute once we get out. Hopefully Amos Drive will see what the conditions are going to be. So I'm going to screenshot that. Actually, I'm going to take a picture of my phone. Oh, get out the way. Scroll down. Get everyone. Perfect. Right, we will be back in a second after this restart. I'm going to just pause it here now. Now I will unpause it. removed him because he's just disappeared off his friends list. Right, we got everyone. Everyone's here. Well, except David. So all drive. We've got all 14. So.
I swear to God, if you said it to invite only before I joined.
I'll just invite you, David.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I can unplug that. And I can unplug that, and I can maybe even consider including my audio, which I have.
To be fair, David, you are league manager, so you can just call that straight away.
Yeah, I know, but it's not fair.
Yes, 14 drivers. That is everyone.
Do you know, after all this, we're still going into the race like 20, 25 minutes early.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. Why? What?
It's not as big
we did.
a challenge to beat 13 other people, is it, mate?
I've got a mess. What? Jake's asked me why the stream's paused. I was like, because I'm sorting out the grid. I'm sorting out the grid. Don't say sorting out the lobby. Well, technically it's the lobby, but you know what I mean. I said to him, "Don't worry, it'll be back up soon." I said, "We're just going now." Right, good luck for the second time. Don't bin it. Don't be a changed man. I don't know if he caught that bit. Anyway, is my stream being up? It unpaused my stream. It unpaused my stream.
Oh.
It's been up. Right. Right, we're back. We're back. The lobby is all sorted. We're all ready to go. Everyone is in. So, sorry about the delay. But guess who's back?
Back again.
There he is. It's a bit weird me being the main now.
Oh, well.
I would prefer it to be you because Tier 1's your show.
Got to share the love, haven't you, Gary?
Yeah. I'll just put truth or dare, Gary. I'm going to say truth. And then he goes, what's your catchphrase, David?
What's my catchphrase? I don't know,
Yeah.
I can't see shit. Give me a minute.
There's no safety car, so I won't ask my question. Nigel obviously deemed
Just
everything.
keep it in reserve. I'll
keep it in reserve.
I have.
We'll do it when...
See, I have a list of viewer awards up that I can check whenever I want, providing I can find it.
Collins put changed man Gary is copyrighted.
Right. So 22 minutes ago we had nominate a catchphrase from Nigel Piggle, and I believe he told you what that was.
I can't see it anymore now, so all I know is something about I like big butts and I cannot lie. I think that's all I can remember.
You other brothers can't deny. Anyway, yes. So we've had Truth or Dare from Nigel Piggle.
He's put. I've said truth, and he's put stepsis or stepmother, Gaz, if you've got to pick. Well, I don't have a stepsister, and I don't have a stepmother, so theoretically, it wouldn't matter either both because I don't have one. So I probably would go for stepsister because I don't have one. So it's not wrong if I don't have one.
Solid reasoning. Yeah, I rate that.
Because Nigel's used it, Groundsy.
Right.
Don't we go stepmother? Depends how old the mother is. The mother's like 40 odd, maybe.
Yeah. And of course, while we're here in the background, watching those lovely T-posing mechanics. Right, set that done, set that done.
I really hope they do that in next year's game. Speaking of next year's game, I really hope everyone checked out the YouTube, was it stream live video they put out
Premiere,
today?
we'll call it.
Premiere.
I've
Why am I?
taken my drink, by the way.
I haven't got one, unfortunately.
Fraudulent. I'll take
Uh,
one for Gary.
I will get one under a safety car.
Yeah.
Quickly go to the hospital and
And
get a drink of water.
there was a
Um,
commentator
so,
catchphrase from Piggle. Sorry.
which,
Before we
which
go
digital
any further, load your setups, people. For the love of God, load your setups.
That's probably what's going on. They're all loading this up. But if we get back to F123, I'm actually I was talking to Colin. Me and Colin are really excited for the new game. It's that point is you feel like a little kid that you're excited for the new game. No offense, this game has probably been the worst experience we've had since Codemasters and EA have taken over. But hopefully next year, with all the advice and feedback they've taken on from this game, hopefully they will put out a good game. And we can all have a bit of fun, so we don't have drivers giving up or stopping league racing because they're not having an enjoyable time.
Don't count your chickens, everyone. It's a very valid point from Connor.
F1 2015 was better and it barely was. Well, F1 2015 probably was, at that point, probably before this game came out, was probably one of the worst F1 games of all time.
And then they released this game.
It was so bad, they actually released 2014 season alongside it. There was no career mode. What else wasn't there?
You had Pro Season.
Oh, who played Pro Season? Come on.
Literally,
no HUD, no nothing.
Sweats did.
Yeah, well, and we're actually underway finally. I'm going to put my fan on because it's bloody warm in lovely Sandwich. For once, it's not raining.
Oh, the weather's been horrendous past couple of days, isn't it? As I look out of my window at very, very rainy looking clouds. Oh, there's a rainbow though. Very nice.
As I will bring up all the details, the tyres, let's see what everyone's going on. Sorry, Dave, for cutting you in.
It's alright, I'm just absolutely adoring the rainbow out of my window.
Is it a double rainbow?
No, it's a very, very red rainbow. As in the other colours are very faint. Anyway, sorry, carry on. Do you want to do a grid rundown or was I just not paying attention?
I think I'll just leave it up there because we can just have a chat about the strategies of obviously Button last night for you. David raced. What was his thoughts going into it? Well, strategy wise, starting tyre.
Did you ask me a question?
Yes, I did.
Sorry, I was trying to get Razagamer back in.
I think he actually has rejoined. He just can't get in his car until after his formation lap.
Sake! Should we just abandon it? Just.
The last time I remember the last time that you got so annoyed at the lobby was season 2, Brazil, with that incredible horrendous start, and you're like, oh, one more. I'm so close to calling this off. Because I was in that race and I jumped start and I was leading under a safety car.
I remember that.
Because I remember you and Biddle and TJ all laughing at me saying Gary's in the lead of the race and he's got a drive-through.
Yeah, and not only is there a drive-through, there's an incorrect position on the grid.
Who? Who's in the incorrect position?
Someone,
Well, the
Drepo
picture
and someone else.
Splitter.
That's a
I
really
think
good
those two need to
qualifying
get
from
this
Splitter Flipper. A couple of
Yeah,
very
he actually started.
fraudulent drivers in. Oh no, Razzle won't be able to take control of his car until the lights go out.
No, he's taking it. No, he's got it in his car.
Oh,
It's not Ghost. 5 lights, and away
thank
we
fuck
go.
for
AMS
that.
Drive gets the little slight start, and it looks like Jeppo. It's like, oh, there's a lot of contact on the inside. They're all going into turn 1. Come on, boys, take it easy. As Ads cuts the corner behind to avoid some contact, but it looks like everyone has got through perfectly fine in before. And looks like AMS Drive has got a heck of a start. 1.2 seconds to Jeppo, who holds it, as there's already a yellow flag. I don't know what that's for.
But it's a virtual safety car. Game.
No idea what.
Yeah, because there was probably fuck all. I wouldn't be surprised if there's literally no one with damage. And oh look, it's a virtual safety car. Because this is good.
I'm so glad with
F123, that'd have been a red flag, Gary.
Yeah, red flag.
Red flag, red flag. Everyone in.
I don't know if you could tell. I'm so glad we're not sponsored by EA.
We're absolutely gonna have to recreate Canada 2011. Therefore, we're all gonna have to come back into the pits and sit around for 2 hours, and then we'll call it off. Apart from, we're not gonna do 2 hours. We're gonna do
5 minutes.
Half a minute.
We'll do 5 laps. As we're underway again, green flags. As we look at the positions gained, Matthews is up by 3, so he's had a very good start. Adds down by 1. 5-second time point for Rob Kelly already.
Fantastic.
So maybe that's what caused the yellow flag. As I've just seen Matthews get split foot on the exit out of turn 2, sorry. And now he's up into the podium position, so Matthews trying to have a better result than he did last week at Japan.
Yeah. Don't remember what he did last week at Japan, but I'm sure he'd love to get a better a better result than he did last week. 100% agree. And yeah, I'm not gonna want to be in Rob Kelly's shoes, let's put it that way. At least he can serve his 5-second penalty, but I get the feeling it's not the last penalty we're going to see tonight. Even the tier 1s have got to succumb at some point to the inevitability of penalties, track limit penalties.
Well, I don't know. The tier 3s did quite well on penalty situations. We watched Raza, who actually is in control of his car. It's good to see that he's actually in the session, looking for a move on Millsy. We make a move into turn 1. He uses the battery to get up close. Is he going to make a move? Nope, thinks better of it. Probably he's going to wait for the DRS to maybe go. But down here, my Dan's waiting in the wings. You'll have to see the Ferrari gains a few more points. But here comes Raza up the inside. No, he thinks better of it into turn 4. Doesn't want to have a Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton situation. Darth Grey Fox is in the chat. Hey, Darth.
Good evening to you, sir.
And I'm just going to go. Ermine's got past Henkers up into P8.
Yeah, not too much in terms of gaps towards the start, but AMS Drive is pulling away at the moment, and we're seeing Matthews. He's going to just fly past Drepo like he's not there. That is, of course, the medium tyres and the DRS talking. So Matthews is going to want to push, isn't he, Gary? Sorry.
Yeah, he's going to need to now, because he's going to need to eat away on to AMS Drive's leave, who is, as I know, as I've seen him a fair few times, he's a little bit of a Canada merchant. He's a bit of a specialist around here. So,
AMS button. AMS Jensen.
AMS button. AMS Jensen. Speaking of Jensen, it's such a shame that Jensen's had.
He's absolutely buggered us off because he's got a silly little thing called A-levels. Whoop-de-doo. Of
Yeah,
course, I'm joking. We wish you the best
we
of
hope.
luck, Jensen. If you have
Hopefully,
chosen to listen to us while revising,
but if we should talk about anyone who's doing quite well here, it's Collateral Lads. Obviously, it's been a very tough season for him and his teammate Colin in the Alpha Romeos, who's here supporting him today. Go on the Alphas. He's actually doing quite well, holding on to this little pack here. So he will be looking for a good result to continue off last week's. Well, I would say last week's. It was a good qualifying for him, but then unfortunately spins, and then Dynamo Dan has nowhere to go into him. So he'll be looking to get a better result. Maybe try and keep the penalties down, and I'm sure he'll gain some places on it.
yeah, no one quite yet having a 3 seconds, but I'll tell you who's on 2 warnings. In fact, I don't need to tell you. You all already know who's on 2 warnings.
Is it the Alfa Romeo?
It could be an Alfa Romeo, lad.
I can't send F122 to the Shadow Realm, says TJ.
I mean, you can give it a few weeks. We'll do a send-off stream. Maybe we'll do a special event like a no rules race, 5-lapper. We'll get that one on stream, and well, yeah, and then directly followed by the celebrations of deleting the game.
As Clout Lads has got a little bit squirry on the exit of the final chicane. Tried to defend from Cormac and unfortunately has to concede the position. Speaking on that, I won't delete it until the new game comes actually out because I've got something to play. I've got to have something to do. But yeah, it should be fun to watch. No rules race around here. Well, anywhere to be honest. Let's have a look at Jeppo. Jeppo hasn't really been shrugged off as much as I thought he would from Mag User, as there's a yellow flag and Raza Gamer has gone around at the back. Got front. No, he's got away with no wing damage.
Yeah, he's a lucky boy, and hopefully that is not due to a setup issue. It's nothing worse than having a crap setup or forgetting to change your tyre pressures.
Right, Jeppo is having a look back at Mag User up the inside into turn 1. It's going to shove Mag User the door, or show Mag User the door, so there's no attempt at a switchback. Ali Ferrari saying hello there, comms.
Good evening. And there it is! It took 1 lap longer than I thought it would.
Do you know what? His son last night took 15 laps before he got his first penalty, and then the last 20 he got another 2 more.
Shocking.
Oh dear. To be fair, it is one of the 5 things in life, David.
I lose track of what in life. What is life?
What is life? That's
life
life's greatest.
It's just the ever continuance of the daytime, nighttime cycle, in which we inevitably walk towards our very timely death. Anyway, hello.
That was very deep. That was.
Very deep.
Oh, here comes Bourbon Boy on Henkers.
Bourbon Boy on Henkers, getting the move done. The Henkers and Ferrari, as always in Tier 1, as almost always in Tier 1, in the mud.
Well, I don't know, really, because Henkers has actually been... I don't know how many times I have to say this, but he's been so impressive since moving up from... I can't believe I raced against him in Season 3. Like, he's being consistently in the top 8. Oh my god, Ads, what are you doing, mate? 6 seconds and 8 laps. Oh dear. Back onto Henkers. No, Gary said it right, apparently, says Jake. Says, Henkers has been so impressive this season. He's pretty much been what you would call the team leader in that Ferrari. But he's having a bit of issues today, down in P10. His teammate's not that far behind. Maybe he can help his teammate get past Millsy. But at the end of the day, looks like Splitter is trying to maybe look to go back past mag users whose tyres are probably starting to fade right now, wouldn't you say, David?
Yeah, absolutely. And well, yeah, it's still early on in the race, but there's plenty of time for things to change. And well, there'll be a few twists in the tail yet, I can say for certain.
Yeah, there's still a lot of chances for a safety car or anyone to make a mistake. Yeah, this is probably one of the... I would say this is probably one of the... Along with Singapore and Monaco, this is probably one of the hardest tracks to get into a flow. Because you've got to be so careful on the track limits. David, you've called this game the coat, the crappiest of all time. I like that. Oh no, Henkers has succumbed to
Here they come, lads.
Here they come.
Oh Lord, they coming.
They are coming.
Right. I'm gonna say only 4 people are not gonna have time penalties.
Button didn't get a time penalty last night, didn't he?
That's because Button's a goat, absolute goat of Canada, as we know from Canada 2011. He's just goat. He didn't have a warning either, as far as I know.
That's very impressive. Not to have a single warning on this track.
Yeah.
That's just great showing. As Jake has asked you a truthful dare.
Right, I'm going to ask for a dare
People
on the... Obviously on the condition it is done during this race and is not prolonged rather than 5 minutes. Or 3 minutes. Let's go 3 minutes, because he's going to make me say something stupid for 3 minutes.
You know what I would get you to do? I would say, David, for the next 3 minutes, you've got to only talk about positive things about this game.
It's actually really good.
Because I know how hard it would be. You'd be a scrunched up face, like...
Oh dear. Yeah.
David's got some balls on that go. Well, at the start of the stream, I would have gone for dare later on, but at the start of the stream, it's always a truth.
Wait, Gary. Let's be fair. 1, 2, 3. Yep, I've got some balls.
Jake's done you dirty.
Yep, for the next 3 minutes, you only talk positive about this game. Well, that ties into a redemption that Nigel made earlier, in that this game is perfect and has no bugs. One thing I will say about this game is graphically, it's not too bad, and sometimes cars work. I think that's great. That's exactly what you want in a racing game.
This is killing him inside. This is killing him inside.
And the track limits at Canada make for really, really challenging racing, which I'm sure some people like in their racing games.
Oh Christ.
I think that's positive. It might be objective, but I say positive.
What about the handling model, David?
The handling model? Well, I'll tell you what. It is the best handling model since F1 2015.
Oh my god, Jeff has had a right moment out of turn 8.
I honestly, I'm not sure why they're changing it for next year. Who doesn't love running full traction and being faster than people that
Oh, split is
run?
gone.
Let's see. This is what happens when the game knows that I don't mean it. It's just making people fuck up.
By the way, just to let you know, David, you're all good. Your 3 minutes were up. After that little outburst, your 3 minutes were up.
Although they're actually, Colin brings up a very genuine.
Oh, Ange's just hit the wall.
Oh dear. Colin's brought up a
He's
very
gone into the woods.
genuine positive. Is Colin got his inaugural win here on F122.
That's a shot. That's a shot fired at me.
Yeah, I also got my second win in F122.
I forwarded 2 wins in F1 2022.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah.
So thank you for that,
banging
Jake. I
the wall.
needed that. That was a good laugh. That. Sorry, Gary. I'll let you talk now.
To be fair, both of my wins are on F1 2022. While we were listening to David lose his mind slowly in happiness, we saw Clatter Lads go heavily into the wall at the Wall of Champions. It's claimed its first person. It didn't kill him, but it's just taken a swipe out of him. It's playing with its food today. Gabby can't win himself, so he steals other people's wins. Well, you really crashed into me, but while we were there, I've just noticed Clatter Lads has come in. Magu's have boxed after 13 laps on medium, so he's now going to the end. This is so boring. I hate these one-stop races. They really need to change the durability of the hards.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, most
bad,
races are one-stop in real life now, so... obviously, without safety cars. There is a yellow. I think that is Rob Kelly retiring in the pits. Unfortunately, and I know he wasn't enthralled about the race tonight, but good effort to you, sir. You did well to stick in after the lap 1 incident, and honestly, I don't blame you.
Yeah, just make it mandatory in FPRL to start on the soft tyres.
Even in wet conditions. Thank you for the drink, Pickle.
From what I've heard, from some YouTubers, they can say, they said that the tyres don't, unlike in the build they played, some of the tyres didn't really last as long as they did on this game. I don't know how true that could be. That could be like them just taking the piss or telling porkies, but if it is true, maybe we will see a lot more 2-stops. If their tyres are a little bit more grippy, maybe we can see some softs to medium stints.
Yeah, what I would love to see is actually a lobby.
I'm talking about the closed beta, Nigel. That's the build they're playing.
Yeah, I would love it to be an option where you can scale the tyre wear. Obviously not to an extreme like you see some YouTubers doing, where their tyres last 1 lap. But it would be good to get some kind of scalability. I reckon it would be worth a shout. So we could de facto force a 2-stop.
Well, I just put, from what I've played, soft to medium does work. Speaking of that, David, obviously Formula 1 announced that they were doing another closed beta, and that you had until May the 11th. So basically today, to register your interest with the EA Play change testers, if you wanted to have a bit. I've done it finally.
I need to do it. I'm going to do it now.
Yes, because I'm going to see. Hopefully, I get invited to play. If not, I'll just wait until the game comes out on the 13th. I think I'm on holiday that week, so I will definitely be able to play.
That's a good idea. I might take that week off.
And yeah, well, I didn't. I just booked it off because I actually have something the week after. I'm watching someone's house, so. But it's kind of thing as maybe we could see as David would say, maybe there might be a bit of team games here in a minute, David. Henkers is all over the back. No, Dynamo Dan's all the back over the back of his teammate. As here comes Maguser, who's just
Never mind.
just absolutely done poor Dynamo Dan on the traction. Oh my word! They really need to change that pit lane entrance. Cormac and Dynamo Dan have come into the pits. That pit lane entrance is so dangerous.
The EA Play Tester website is currently experiencing some issues. Brilliant.
Oh dear.
I'm just going to keep trying until later.
All I was told was that after the 11th to keep an eye on your email, which will give you a code. Obviously, I assume this is how it works, Nigel. They give you a code, you put it into the Xbox, and then you would get you would download the thing just like the Halo Insider Beta, Halo Infinite Insider Beta, and then you play it on that. Also, Jensen is here. He's in chat.
Up the Jensen. You'll love to see him.
Retiree Jensen.
I hope your revision is going well, sir.
He's like Fernando Alonso. He retires, comes back, and then he's retired again.
We didn't go to America for a little while in between, to be fair.
Jake says, David, please, your catchphrase is bounty chocolate.
What?
And your catchphrase is bounty chocolate.
Bounty chocolate? Bounty chocolate. I'm actually... Right, I am somewhat of an unpopular opinion. I quite like bounties.
Nigel says, yeah, they send you a code on the day of the test. As Omar picks up pony. I'm going to agree with you. Love bounties. When I heard that there was a chance they would be moved from the celebrations, I rioted.
Dynamo down on Razza. Sorry, I just happened to see that. It wasn't too big a deal. Carry on.
Yeah, Dynamo Dan on those fresh hards compared to the 17 laps of mediums, which is an incredible stint. So maybe Razza's waiting for a safety car. Jake's done truth or dare. You know what? Just for Nigel, let's do dare. Jensen, what are these weird redeems? Well, we thought there would be a bit more fun. There was a redeem to say a certain phrase to good old this man here, who, by the way, is 10 seconds in front.
Brilliant.
He's having the most loneliest race on the planet. He's got no ERS. It won't bother him. He could literally just not use it and just continue on going. If he wanted to.
Yeah, Splitter Flipper having a fantastic race in P2. Although, obviously wary that Drepo in P4 is on fresh mediums. That's gonna, I'm sure, well, yeah, that'll demote Splitter when he does pit. Maybe?
Nigel's called me a muppet. MS Drive has come as sponsor. I really hate this. Is going to be a pit lane intro. I'm not going to lie. Ads and Millsy are having a little battle. They're swapping. They're going to go all the way down there. Please don't squeeze anyone. We saw what happened last night. Oh, Millsy looks to have a look down the inside. It's actually been very nice and clean. I wouldn't say there's been very many incidents here today, David.
Yeah, that is absolutely asking for it, so no comment. Drive in the pits then from the lead has come out in P2, Gary. Well, and he's got, importantly, he's got a driver in between them both. So Bourbon Boy in P3 as...
Never mind. 9 seconds for Clatter lads.
Okay, so Bourbon Boy is no longer in between.
Oh, here comes Ads.
Oh,
Ads
there
just made his
goes.
way past.
Now there's two. Oh,
Bourbon Boy must be on the bourbon. Apparently, Jake said I have to talk positive about you for 2 minutes.
well,
I
it's not
always
hard
talk
to do
about
for you,
positive
is it?
No, I always talk about positive about David. Not really much of a dare, is it?
Dare you to talk about positive? I dare you? Fucking 3 minutes
Oh, that's easy.
of
There's a little
verbal fellatio
battle.
from Gary. I love it.
Oh no, Oh, I thought Clatterlads was going to try and go up the inside into the final corner on Henkers, but Henkers does box. Finally off those hards. Bourbon Boy. Bourbon. Is it Bourbon? That's it. Bourbon. God damn it. I've just done it, Jake. There is no difference to me. I don't have to change anything. I just talk nicely to David. That's being positive about David. Don't need to. I'll be even more happy and positive when I meet him on June 2nd. When we're stopping at his house, picking him up, and then bringing him home. That'll be a positive time, positive day and a half.
About that.
Oh, now what?
Anyway, moving on.
Oh, no. What's going on? You're not going now,
Drepo 1.2 seconds behind. No, it's not the time to talk about this, Gary. Drepo, he's nearly in the DRS of AMS Drive.
Yeah, so is Ads has got the DRS, so Jeff has got to get his move on.
Yeah. You've nailed it, by the way, Radical. Absolutely nailed it.
What did he put?
Grounded.
To who?
Me. That's why I'm not going. My 32-year-old ass has been grounded.
Oh, what?
Oh, dear.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ads gets past Jepo before he can even attack AMS Drive. That 22 out of 35. It's gone quickly, hasn't it, David?
How's it? I don't know. Probably.
Well, you got to think about it. We'd still be in qualifying if it was a full qualifying.
Nah, not quite. But yeah, it would. Yeah, I think it's helped by the lack of safety cars. Obviously, we had the VSC lap 1. It didn't last too long.
I'm looking at Collateral Ads right now. It's only gonna drop down to P8 as of right now, where his penalties is 9 seconds. He'll still be happy with a P8.
Yeah,
I think.
Cormac and Mag User going the old side by side. Oh, this is not going to end nicely. Oh, juicy.
Hard and fair racing, that is.
Juicy. I think Mag User did indeed pull out, and yeah. And
Gary,
he'll go again.
Pit Ads. Apparently, Ads needs to pit again.
Does he? Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I swear he started on hard. No, he started on mediums. He's doing a double mediums then.
There you go. You get what you want. You get what you want, Gary. Double mediums. So we're going to have 1 2-stopper other than Rob Kelly, who has retired.
Yeah, I'm just watching Mag User. Will he try and go back past Cormac, or is he just going to settle for this? But if anything, Collateral Ads is starting to gain on him.
Yeah, he will have to pit again, but never mind. Thank you for the cheers in chat, Jake. Much appreciated. TJ, it's not spam. He's just sending cheers, which is apparently a thing that Twitch do.
Oh, bless me. Sorry if anyone heard that cough. That was really nasty. It's not as bad as the one in Monza David had and forgot to mute his mic. But there's not really much we can talk about. There's not really much going on at the moment. There's people stuck in DRS trains or just out of DRS. There's not really been. This races were just reminded me of the Baku Grand Prix that we've had this year, where there literally was nothing. I think we saw like 2 overtakes on TV. All race.
Yeah. And well, at least we know it's about as good as it is in real life.
Well, I'm hoping the next track we are going to in real life, Imola, as there has been a swap between the 2 Ferraris into the final corner. Hopefully we won't see Max Verstappen win, because if that does happen, I might just, as Catalyst gets another time penalty. That's 12 I think he's on now.
Can you imagine
12.
what he's going to end up with when he comes in for softs at the end?
I can imagine his son going, Dad, how many penalties did you get?
He just wants 12. Leo to feel less bad about getting 12 seconds of penalties. He's going to do it himself. Either that or he's seeing it as a record to break.
I don't think anyone can beat... Is it Force Manure in USA last year? I think he had 28 seconds of time penalties.
I don't know. I cannot comment. Right, ads gets the 3-second time penalty. That is, unless I am mistaken, 6 seconds for ads.
It's not going to be costing him anything because he's still...
Well, he's got to keep an eye on it. 9.3 seconds. If he gets another penalty, then it's going to be close towards the end. Right, Jensen's got Truth or Dare, and he's going to go for which one of us? Which one of us? Whose turn is it? Oh, it's technically my turn. Well, Gary did the last one. I wouldn't say it's my turn. Right, Truth or Dare me. Gary, Truth or Dare? I mean, I've done a dare. And I don't fancy trying to concentrate enough for another 3 minutes, so I'm going to say truth.
Go on, Jensen. Give him
I do apologise, Jensen, but I don't want to talk about something else for another 3 minutes. Poor old Gary's trying to be main comms here, and I'm just talking over him constantly.
Nah, it's fine. David's technically supposed to be main comms tonight, and I was supposed to be co-comms, but...
Also, Split Flipper just got by Mag User and his teammate. Great teamwork.
That just reminds me of me and Snedden last year. Look, you see that little wiggle he did? I bet you anything under this DRS, it'll flap his rear DRS ring to say thanks.
I'll tell you what, Jensen, I'll take that dare. You can only talk in rhymes for one lap of racing. Right. Right. I'm gonna...
Back to school you go, David.
So I think I'm gonna go from when Drive next crosses the line.
And...
He looks like he cut that corner very slightly, but he'll be fine. And, well, at the moment, out of his arse does the sunshine. His display so far tonight has been absolutely phenomenal. I'm running out of iron, so...
you should have said sublime.
Well, it is sublime, clearly. I should have... Yeah, okay, fair enough. And, never mind, that's tough. Thank you for giving me your rebuff. And, well, enough about this fluff. Let's talk about some other stuff.
This is the biggest load of waffle I've ever heard. You're doing quite well. You got one corner
Yeah,
left, and the straight corner.
as down the back straight comes the Alpine. Oh, I fucked myself there, and I. And you know what? For a while, it's not been seen, but the Alpine is racing very clean and comes over the line in P1 start lap 29.
Let's give Clatterlands a fucking not Clatterlands, fucking David about a forward flat.
Honestly, rhyming's not ideal. I'm much better at puns, but rhyming, yes, fine.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Somebody needs to clip that for David later. That was painful but also very funny at the same time.
Yep, so Claterads has come in and he is on his soft set of tyres, and I guarantee lap 30 we will see 15 seconds next to that name.
Can I just say this? By the time we end the race, right? How many penalties, how much time seconds of penalties do you think Clatterlands will have as he hits the wall on the?
I really hope he's not got damage. He's down in P12 at the moment, and he is about 2.5 seconds off the points. Well, let's be honest, he's not getting points, is he? Poor old Ads.
Well, if he can get and pass these two as quickly as possible, he might be able to stretch the gap. As Groundsy and Nigel are having an argument about real F1 in the chat. Behave yourselves.
Yeah,
Maggie's with a time penalty.
Oh, Maggie. I'm not going to call him Maggie because it just makes you think of Thatcher, and I'm pretty sure people in the chat knows my opinion of Maggie Thatcher. Mag user. Oh dear, it's gone from bad to worse. And with 5 laps remaining, Gary, I think a quick penalty rundown will suffice. We've got 6 seconds from Ads in P3, Mag user P6 with 3 seconds. Ermine with 6 seconds down in P7. It's been not a particularly great race from the AlphaTauri driver. The Red Bull of Bourbon Boy in P8 without a time penalty at the moment. Millsy's got 3 seconds. Henker's 3. Dynamo Dan 3. Collateral adds 12. And Raza has 3.
Speaking of collateral ads, he's going after the man that took him. Oh, he's hit him. That's a bit of revenge for last week in Japan. That is. Oh, he's hit the wall again. Mine with another penalty. Magusa has. Oh. Cormac lagged. Where's what? Ermine's gained a position on Cormac. Cormac's got front wing damage.
Oh, Cormac's had an issue.
He's got front left end plate damage. Really nice. Oh, he's just got. That's just not.
It's going horrendous for Cormac.
It's not fair. But yeah, Catalad has made the move on one of the Ferraris, and now he's after the other one.
Yeah,
like
and
you said, I don't think he's getting points.
The pressure is on to build that 9-second gap to Dynamo Dan to maintain P11, but up the road, 6/10, he's gonna need another 9 seconds to get into the points, and if I'm being completely honest, not gonna happen in 4 laps.
Magusa has completely dropped off the back of Split. This is actually a really good drive for Split Flipper. Starting, well, should have been P2, but started P3. He has lost the position, but he'll be still happy with a P4 position for the McLaren driver.
Yeah, absolutely, as his teammate peels into the pits to, of course, replace that broken front wing.
Oh.
And there you have it. It's 15.
Didn't last that long. 2 laps. Quite well. All I'm going to say is Ads is a better driver and will consistently not to get penalties than me. As I say this, I am clearly joking. Ads always gets penalties every race. I've got better at it. Oh, he's pushing Henkers literally around the corners. we'll come off him because there's no real point. Paul Vazza, he's been here the entire time and he's not seen anybody all race.
Yeah,
He's
ever
going to be
since Rob
soon
Kelly
lap
retired,
best.
that's been it for him. As I watch Collateral Ads get the move sealed over Henkers and probably got himself a warning in doing so. But I'll tell you what, he's going to lose out here because Henkers is going to have the DRS. He might not get him, but he's definitely going to struggle to break away from that Ferrari. And he's got no ERS. You know.
Another one. Colin made a really funny. Death, taxes, and Alfa Romeo Tier 1 not getting points. 3 certainties in life.
Yeah, well, to be fair, Alfa Romeo would have a substantially better chance of getting points if both of their drivers turned up.
Oh! This changes everything now.
Flipper?
Ads has 9. So there's only 3 temps now, with 3 laps to go. For Splitter to maybe grab a podium.
Yeah, and, well, at least we got one exciting position to look out for. As
I think Bourbon's going to go up to P6
yeah,
because of Ermine's 9.
A little bit too far back to possibly look at getting P5. Although, actually... No, yeah.
Splitter is under the 9 seconds. Collins put, I'll be back next week, David, don't worry.
Music to my ears.
You watch, Colin will win. You watch next week, Colin will win.
He will if he knows what's good for him.
What, him staying in Tier 1? I've heard that, the rumours around the paddock are saying that Colin isn't moving down to Tier 2 because he's begged too much to go down.
Yeah,
I have cast my line.
And on a similar note, due to a certain someone begging too much to stay in Tier 2... Or was that Ermine? Oh, Ermine. Oh. There you go. Bourbon Boy up to P6. He was going to get it anyway, but this has just compounded the misery for Ermine, who doesn't look to have damage, but that Haas of Millsy is right behind.
Been a right pain in the arse. Also, this is the last lap, by the way.
Oh well, who cares?
As AMS Drive, who has basically led every lap of the race.
Yep.
It's going to come over to a very, very easy win. Controlled, composed win. Jeppo is starting to push him now. But I don't think he's going to get into the DRS in time. No, he's just a 10th out. As there's a yellow flag. As Cormac has gone around.
Oh, Cormac.
On a set of softs. But we're going to go back to AMS Drive. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Jake's saying AMS Drive 1 heel. Seen Cormac with a time penalty. But here he comes.
Yeah.
Through the final corner. Nearly champion in Season 3. It's going to take the win here in Canada for the second season in a row. It's AMS Drive with Jeppo second. Ads will come across the line third. But we're going to look here to our main man, Splitter Flipper, who's going to come across the line and take a podium away from Ads by 7 tenths. Mag User 16.5 seconds behind. Will come home in P5. Bourbon Boy, who will make up for his last week's DNF, will finish P6. P7 is Ermine.
Although...
It'll be Millsy, Ermine, Clatterlad will throw 9th.
Oh no,
10th. 11th. I wonder if Razza Gamer could overtake Clatterlad.
He's only 37 seconds behind. I don't think I'd get that much.
As I've just seen David say I'm going to refund your safety car question, Nigel. I cannot believe that. We've gone 35 laps here at Canada and not a single safety car. Not a single
Well,
incident.
we had a virtual, but we weren't with it enough to answer a question.
You didn't even get to do the sponsor.
I have done the sponsor once in the past 2 seasons, and I think Colin points out fair play to Raza for staying till the end. Yeah, I think a lot of respect to be given to that because we do appreciate that sometimes.
Because you
Yeah,
never
it's
know.
just a bit crap.
You never know. There could have been a safety car and it would have brought him back into play, or people crashing out, and he could have got into the points. But there we go, the top 3 of the Alpine of Amos Drive, Jeppo P2 in the Aston Martin, and P3 for Splitter Flipper in the McLaren. So, good day for those 3 teams. We've obviously gone through the thing. Who got the fastest lap? Cormac were on 11.4, so no one will be getting an extra point. And we only had one retiree of Rob Kelly, and today's award to the most amount apparently goes to Clattle Lads, or Clattle Fraud, as he's already left the session.
It's all well and good for him, but we spectators have to sit here until later time.
Jensen has come up with a very good suggestion, David.
It is a very good suggestion. However, I cannot implement it right now. I don't have the time.
It maybe, I would say, come in if David does it. When David does it, it'll probably come in next week. So it'll be found all 4 tiers. There's Mr. Drive, Toby Cyril, who didn't falter at the curse. Didn't falter at the curse.
One would say that AMS Drive strived to win tonight.
Oh, so you can rhyme now, but you couldn't rhyme earlier.
It was yeah. Don't care.
You're under pressure. I get it. You're under pressure. Oh, Jesus. We do have fun on commentary.
If you say so.
We're all here. Has everyone included their audio?
Yeah, mine's included.
Right,
Oui.
I'm gonna let, as I have a bit of a sore throat, I'm gonna let David interview third and first, and I'll do
Good
P2.
luck.
So take it away, David.
Good luck.
Anyway,
yeah, okay, on to P3, and that is the man in the McLaren, Splitter Flipper. Congratulations to you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a much different race than we usually see here at Canada, where obviously exceeding track limits and corner cutting, they are horrific. And well, you not only showed that you were able to keep it clean, but you actually had pretty darn good pace tonight. Was it something you were expecting?
I mean, I was doing some practice sessions this week, and I felt okay. Got some pace over here, and yeah, I mean, by lap 5 I had 2 warnings, so I was trying to keep it easy. If I'm being honest, I was expecting a 3 seconds, so just trying to pull away. And then when I saw Ad had that 9 seconds, like, oh, I was licking my lips. So I just pushed as hard as I can.
Yeah, and so seeing that 9 seconds, I believe at the time you were 9.3 behind, and was it something you actively saw, or was it just you saw that gap and then you were like, I'm going to push, give it everything, and go for that P3?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I came out the pits in P7. I was tempted to go to softs, but P7. I came out the pits, and I was not very happy, to say the least. So yeah, I was just driving as fast as I could, and then as soon as I saw ads with 6 seconds, and I don't know, I was 11 seconds behind or something, I'm just going to keep going because you never know, you might get a 9. So, yeah, happy with that. And grid positioning is also done me well there, too.
Yep, and I think I'm so sorry if this is wrong, but I believe is that your first podium here?
It is my first podium. It is my first podium.
Wow, fantastic stuff. The question is, can you repeat the same feat next week at the track, which I am looking up in the calendar as we speak, is Austin, Texas, the Circuit of the Americas. How are you feeling about that track?
Oh, I haven't done it for a while, I'm gonna say, so I'm not too. I'm not too familiar with it, but okay.
Righto, and well, excuse me. I'll hand over to Gary. Congratulations, Splitter Flipper, on your P3 today.
Thank you.
Yeah, I also say congrats, Splitter. Obviously, doing practice with you everyone this week. Knew you could get a good result here, so glad to see you get a podium. But as we go on to our second place driver in the Aston Martin, which I'm going to go and bring up. Always a beautiful car, this vivid green, British racing green, I mean. It's Giuseppe. Hello, Jeppo. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. How was the short quali for you tonight?
I mean, it was alright. Like in my last lap, I invalidated. I was like 2 something 10 stuff. So I think it wouldn't have been pole, but yeah, it's decent. And then obviously starting on a hard, and yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll go into the race. Obviously, a race with no safety cars, so there was no way of being able to get onto the back of AMS Drive with a little bit of help. But other than that, how do you think the race went for yourself?
Yeah, I mean the race didn't start well because my tires temps were glitched, so I started basically on 70 degrees hard tires, which is not very fun. But yeah, from there on, like I had a 2.5 or something gap to drive, and then on the VSC I got a warning, which was very stupid. But yeah, throughout the race I struggled a bit in the hairpin on traction, but yeah, I mean it was my first race on the new pedals, uh, which was pretty decent. But yeah.
Yeah, and obviously to end the interview, I would say obviously our next race is round 17, or round Circuit of America, Austin, Texas. How are you feeling around there?
I didn't do it for a long time to be honest, but yeah, it's a pretty decent track for me. Yeah, should be good.
Yeah, that's all we can say. Hopefully, we'll be able to see you up again on the podium, maybe on the top step next time, because Toby will forward it in USA. Um, but anyway, congratulations again on your P2. Had to do a slight dig at Toby Silver because I'm not interviewing him. But now I'm going to pass it over to David for our race winner today in that disgusting Alpine.
You sure, Gary? Do you not want to take this?
I can if you want.
Yeah, I mean there is a reason why I usually give you 2.
Oh, what? Because
I
no,
don't like interviews.
I just want to put out there. Jensen has put AMS drives. Toby Sill's dominance is getting boring. Boom.
What are you on about?
Well,
That's what Jensen's put in the chat.
If Jensen is unhappy with the dominance, Jensen knows what he can do, and he can put down those revision papers on a Thursday night for just 2 hours of his life, and he can show you how it's done.
Yeah, Jensen. Yeah. Stop moaning.
Fraud.
You made the decision for tyre. Yeah, like Toby said, fraud. But anyway, we're here with our utter dominance again from AMS Drive here at Canada. He won obviously here last season. It was easier this time, wasn't it, Toby?
I wouldn't say it was anything but easy I mean, I know it may have looked easy, but it was such a difficult race with me and Drepo basically lapping within a tenth of each other. And basically the whole race. Obviously, I got quite fortunate at the start with his tire glitch, as you mentioned. But yeah, then it was just kind of managing warnings, and it was very, very stressful and very, very sweaty.
Yeah, one question I wanted to ask is how many warnings did you have that entire race? Was it just one?
I was on 2. I got both of them at turn 1 by probably lap 20. So the last 15 laps, I was a bit of a head case.
Shit in it. Just to let everyone know, Toby Cyril is human. He does get warnings. If Toby can go to lap 20 without getting one, so can you. Anyway, we'll talk about like overall the race. It's probably nice knowing that there was no safety car. So it allowed you to keep your rivals at a bit of a distance.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, I wouldn't have wanted a safety car, but it looked like there was quite a bit of field spread, so I'm sure you guys would have wanted one.
Yes, because we wanted something to talk about. But anyway, we're here at next week we're at
You're here already.
Austin, Texas, the home of the 10-gallon hats and the chaps.
Beautiful.
Hopefully we'll try and see if we can get Amos drive that 10-gallon hat if he wins.
That would be incredible.
Yeah, Toby Cyril has to take a photo of himself with a 10-gallon hat. But anyway, I can't remember what you did last year here at Austin, Texas. But
I had pole. I think it was like a thousandth between me and Ads, and then Ali Ferrari just got me in the race, and I finished P2, which was very annoying on the last lap in the final sector. I remember it vividly. Painful.
Yeah. What are you gonna? What if I know Ali's in chat? You got any words for him?
If you race next
next
week, I will right the wrongs of last season.
Fighting talk. But Dave, is there anything you want to say to Mr. Drive? Put you on the spot here.
I'm trying to think of something that I can rhyme. But no, I've got nothing. But yeah, well done to your drive, and yeah, pushing little by little towards gaining that first FPRL title that you. I hate to say it. Well, I don't hate to say it. I love to say it.
You
absolutely deserve. Absolutely deserve. And I'm looking forward to next week. And I'm looking forward to seeing Ali Ferrari beat you once again at Coda.
I really hope Drive does not commentate on me for the rest of the season.
Oh my god.
To be fair, he actually commentated on me in season 3 around this track, and he had a very lot of nice things to say to me.
Yeah, I'm a nice guy, Garrett. Yeah. What can I say?
Splitter's put, can we say something about Drive forwarding me?
I'm very sorry about that. That was all on me. Massive fraud.
You put the positions wrong. But anyway, we're running out of viewers and my batteries are running out. So we've got to do this quick. David, you got to do your driver of the day.
Driver of the day. It's anyone ads. His controller's dead. His controller's dead. Don't panic, everyone. I'm going to give my driver of the day to Splitter Flipper.
Oh, thank God, I just come back. As you say.
Yeah.
Right, Splitter Flipper is our driver today. Congratulations, Splitter. By the way, my batteries did die, David.
I saw. I've got the stream on.
Oh, right.
I can see.
You should have heard my anger. Like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Don't panic.
I fucking have the batteries already on the table and I've just flicked the batteries out while I was reloading the gun. Straight in as quick as possible. Anyway,
yeah.
Please join us tomorrow night as a new pairing, a Stokey and a Yorkshireman on comms. That is Locker and Colin, or C. Davies, will take us through the Tier 2's Demolition Derby for tomorrow. And you'll see myself maybe, hopefully winning the race. But
putting it in a wall.
No. I'm very good here at Canada. But I've been your host, Silverside Boy. It's your boy. That's my catchphrase. That's copyrighted. I've been joined by, once again, I hope to be here next week again, with the one and the lovely
Lolly!
David Oldface. So please join us tomorrow night, and good night.